So besties, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to transfer your head measurements to the mannequin. How to get your head measurements then transfer it to your mannequin head right for a glueless wig. So stay tuned. Hey besties, for behind the scenes fun and extra tips, make sure you're following me on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest and TikTok. But while you're here guys, make sure you like, don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell. Let's slay this hair together. So guys, most of the times when my customers come, I let them know the two types of glueless wig I can do for them. So this particular one I'll be showing you is a glueless wig where you need no band if you're very precise with your measurement. So first we are going to take our head circumference, right? My head circumference is 21, sorry. So that I'm going to be using a canvas head size 21 for my head for the most accurate measurements. So now that we have gotten that out of the way, we are going to begin with our ear to ear. So you're going to put your tape at one side of the ear and the other side of the ear, and you're going to mark out where it ends. So mine, I guess it was an 11, I think. So yeah, so I'm going to mark out that part on my mannequin head. So that means 5.5 should be at the center, right? You can use that as your guide and then you know where to place the other part. So here's what it's looking like. So I'm just going to find something to mark it with. So I've already done this on this particular canvas head. Like this canvas head already has my head measurements, but I just did this for the purpose of the video. So you're going to mark that part and you're going to mark the other part. So that's your ear to ear. Now you know where your ear to ear is sitting. So next is going to be from your forehead to the back of your neck, right? So you're going to start at where your hair starts and then you're going to take the tape to the back of your head where your hair ends. So I always prefer to use a wig cap because the cap is going to sit perfectly. Like, you know, most of the times you can have hairs at these corners right down, but your wig cap is not going to sit right down. So I always love to wear a wig cap so I see where the wig cap is sitting and I can know where my wig is going to sit. So after doing that, we're going to transfer that measurement as well to our mannequin and we're going to mark it down. So stay with me now. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. So I think it's worth mentioning that despite the fact that this canvas head is a size 21 and it's a polymer and you can see that there are some markings, it doesn't mean that it's going to be my exact head measurements. So we can both have a size 21 circumference, but your ear to ear is a 12. Someone's ear to ear can be a 10. So it depends, right? That's why you can see that the exact measurements on this polymer I'm not going to be using. So yeah, after doing that, we're going to go to the next, which is nip to nip. So basically where your hair starts at one side and ends on the other side. So I hope you can just follow what I'm doing in the video. I'm not very good at explaining, so just bear with me. So after doing that, you're going to transfer your head measurement as well. So if your nip to nip is a 4, you're going to fold your tape into 2 so you can decipher the middle part, and you're going to use that middle part to put it where your forehead to nip measurement was, and then you can then mark the sides, right? That's an easy way to do it rather than just going full nip to nip. Like, you always divide into 2, know where the middle part is, and then that's going to guarantee that the both sides are going to be equal. So yeah, so here's what it's looking like. You can see all my measurements, all the important measurements I need for this particular wig. So there are other measurements, right? Like ear to ear over the top, like there are other measurements, but for this particular wig, this is all I needed. So now we are going to take our wig cap and we are going to try to mimic the measurements that we have on the canvas head. So first I'm going to pin it down. So I'm just going to follow the markings I did, right? So you can use a T-pin to pin it down. just follow the markings with it, your ear to ear, your front to nape to nape, just follow it. So first you pin your front and then you pin the nape. When those two areas are secured, you can continue from there. So yeah, so this also makes your wig cap to be straight and balanced, and then you can work on the sides. So after doing that, I went ahead with my ear to ear, right? So don't be scared to make mistakes. You can, after doing this, you can see that maybe it's not sitting right and you can go in again, which is completely fine. So after, I'm going to go into the other side and I'm going to pin it down as well. So yep. So after doing that, we are going to deal with our nape to nape. So you're basically just following the measurements you already marked on your canvas head, and you're just pinning those particular pins at those particular sections so that you can have a clear guide of what you're working with and you're going to know how to resize your wig. So yeah, so after pinning that down, you can just check to see if there's any adjustments that need to be made. You might have to readjust some things, but just always make sure you're very close to the measurements you're working with, right? Yeah, so that's going to guarantee a perfect glueless wig with no band. Yeah, with no band, with no elastic band. So if you follow these measurements, you can have that. So yeah, so here's what it's looking like so far, and yeah, we are done with that. And now we are going to go into resize our wig. So you're going to bring your wig down. You can bring it down, you can bring it forward, you can bring it sideways. But basically what you're doing is you're trying to make your wig cap smooth, right? So you're going to pull it down and pin, pull it down and pin. That way you have a nice smooth surface you're going to work with. So yeah, so this method also is very important. That way your cap is perfectly fitted on your head, it's not moving, it's perfectly seated. So don't forget this step as well. That's why I decided to add this step to this, so that I can just show you everything you need to know about resizing, and what's left is just to put your bundles, machine wigging, hand wigging, doesn't matter. So after doing this, you can always use your machine to resize your cap, to sew these areas down, right? You can use your hand to do it. So for now, I use my hand. Sometimes I use my machine, but in this particular video, I just use my hand to do it. So here's what it's looking like. So I always love to leave some little space because my head is funny, right? So in case it starts acting funny, it's just going to fit perfectly. So at least was looking nice and flat, but if you think you need to flatten it more, you can just go ahead to apply more pressure to it, right? So after doing that, we're just going to begin to sew it down. So I'm going to speed it up so I don't waste your time. So all those places that we were tacking down, we're just going to sew across them and hold it in place. So like I said, you could do this on your machine and you could do this with hand. So whichever works for you, it's perfectly okay. Obviously with the machine, it's going to look more clean and whatnot. So yeah, so you can always do that. So I'm almost done with this, and here's what it's looking like: nice and flat, ready to be slayed. This particular tutorial guarantees a glueless wig with no elastic band. So if this video was helpful, make sure you share with your friends, make sure you comment, make sure you like, and don't forget to check out my other videos. I also have a video up on how to do a closure C-part, right, the perfect way, not making your C-part in the middle and sending it to the corner. So check that out, guys. Please make sure you subscribe and turn notification and like. Thanks very much for watching. See you later, besties.